Check that out. All right, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm Justmoparjoe, and we're in our Ramcharger today. I'm gonna do a bit of exhaust work. Let's check it out. So I got this Dyno Max dual pipe kit. I believe it's 89003. Off of Amazon. I think it's about $180. So there's a lot of reasons to do your pipes at home. One being you don't have a decent muffler shop around you, or any muffler shop around you. But also you kind of get to do what you want. And that's nice. This kit comes with a lot of cool stuff. It looks like all the clamps and hardwares and all that. Looks like you get 4 of these. Drew and I were out the other day mocking up these tailpipes, and I think they list this kit for a Suburban, so we're probably gonna have extra pipe. But I didn't see one for a Ramcharger because I don't think they recognize Ramchargers to exist. Maybe, I don't know. But this one looked good. They give you these big washers, bolts, and everything. If I wanted to stick that somewhere and adjust and weld and do whatever. The sky is the limit here. To go along with that, I got the Headman reducers to go with our 3-bolt headers. 21 100s. So that'll reduce the 3-inch down to 2 1/4. And I hear a lot of people crying about, well, 2 1/4, that's small pipes or whatever. But the general rule of thumb is 2 1/4-inch pipe will support, so think of it like 2.25. It'll support 450 horsepower just fine. You don't have to upgrade from there. Other people will say 400. Okay. Well, we've got a 360 that I'm guessing is anywhere between 325 to 360 horsepower. More torque than that, but that's what we needed it for. Check out our mufflers here. This is a glass pack style, and it actually has the louvers in it. They look like a nice stainless, there we go, U-Power. That was also Amazon. I don't like the mufflers that have the perforated tubing. That's just basically a resonator to me. This is gonna have the old school glass pack sound to it, so that's nice. So, and also, let me show you how they fit with our kit pipes here. For the guy at home that wants to just clamp that, he could. I may clamp it and weld it, I'll see. But that gives you a little more higher quality job, I think, when they slide in like that. And they weren't listed together or anything. I just chose these because I like that they show that inside packing. And if you buy cherry bombs and other stuff now, they have the perforated tubes instead of having the scallops. So that's going to give it the old school sound. Kind of like our old goofy ones here that I took off. These are also on Amazon, and I looked for these, but they said 2 1/2 inch, and I knew we were doing 2 1/4 on this. So I'll get those out of the way. Let me roll under and show you what our pipes are looking like hanging out here. And I may try to get this pipe slid back a little bit. Kind of our limitation there is, see our bend by this gas tank. It's gonna eventually hit right there. So we want it to be close, but not too close. I know that that's a skid plate that's 1 inch away from the gas tank, so even if it touched the skid plate, it wouldn't matter. I'm not going to let it touch the skid plate, but you see what I mean. And these will have to get whacked off at some point. Dark under here, but you can kind of see. So turn around. There's our header coming off. I'll hang our collectors on. And then we're shooting back that way. And you can see our muffler hanging up right there. I mean, this might be the easiest kit I've ever dealt with as far as fitment. Muffler's a little close there, but you see this pipe is still floating, so I can put it anywhere. That's just some baling wire or mechanics wire or something. But just hanging them in place looks pretty good. I yanked that one tailpipe out just so y'all could see this. From there, they come in 1-piece tailpipe to your muffler. These mufflers do fit really nice. The pipes fit inside of them. Come with that pipe. Kind of has the little kick in it. Goes all the way up. So these are made for like Chevrolet exhaust manifolds. If you got them, good for you. I'm putting this in a Mopar, so I can mix and match these pipes any way I want to. But if you were, example, going to put this in a two-wheel drive truck or something that had the gas tank, you could always, if you had your headers, basically just run that over, move these over. I mean, the pipes kind of mimic each other well enough. I think it would probably work just fine. And if you needed to kick that way, you kick it that way. But for the most part, I think that'd be pretty good. It may hose you a little bit on that tailpipe because you need to kind of kick back and go that way. So something to think about. But on a short bed truck, or or a short vehicle like this Ramcharger, this is plenty of pipe. It's going to be beautiful. I left the other tailpipe up so I could show you this. What I would like is for this tailpipe to back up about 6-8 inches, so it splits the panel here. It's not too far back, it's not too far forward. And I may have already mentioned that, but the pipe's going to hit the gas tank right there eventually. So in order for me to move this back, I need to put me a split in it and just add a length of pipe there. I'm an okay welder. I can do that and it not leak just fine. Oh, that's good. And then I'll probably end up, if I can get the pipe past that little shackle, boom, I'll be right where I want it to be. But it's the same thing with this pipe. It's just a little bit too far forward when it exits. I want it to move back some. So I'll just need to pop me an extension in that straight piece there. It's not a big deal. But before I do that, I'm just going to leave this hanging out and figure out which one of these pipes I want to hook up to my collector. I'll start in the front and move my way back. I can use any of these pipes here. I'll probably not, obviously don't use the front one. Save that for scrap or for whatever. But these two are the same part number, so they're pretty well bent the same. And these two are bent just a little bit differently. You can see on my bell end, or what expanded end, I just took my crescent wrench and opened it up just a little bit so it'll slide over my collectors real easily. They go inside of here, so everything flows into each other. But what I think I'll do is probably start, try these and see how they work around my transfer case. This one has a bigger kick over, smaller kick over. I'll probably put my, try the bigger kick on the passenger side, see what happens. Get a better angle on that. I mean, in theory, it looks like that dude could be, I could trim about 2 inches off, insert it in that pipe, and we might be in business. If I roll up to the front, pipe around, and you can see I got a little bit of kick on that right there. I don't like that as much. We're not married to that yet. I left the front drive shaft out because it would just be running straight forward in here, and I thought I might want to be able to have easy access. But before I final weld that, I will test fit the drive shaft, of course. Everything's got a place. But I like that kick around the transfer case there. That's nice. And just following the path, I mean, it's looking pretty good to me. This is, like I said, just hanging in there. Let's see if we can make magic happen with that. I mean, this is basically a straight shot. If I had it, I could do that with a straight piece of pipe or pretty much any piece of pipe, and it'd be beautiful. I need to move my tailpipe in just a shade. So I can get that stick. So that would actually be over to there. So I need a piece of pipe that length. Boom. And that'll get me real close on that one. Let me check the tailpipe in the back and be sure it's not rubbing or doing anything funky. But I'm gonna get my tape measure and see what I need for here. If I didn't say it already, it's kind of hard to, or challenging to film under here and do this, but not so bad. Absolutely. I got a mile of adjustability with this thing. The tailpipe's clean and clear. And if it's not, I can give it a twist here in just a minute. So I will. Let me hang that back up. I'll get this marked. I'll give it about an inch of inlet. I don't think I'm going to clamp this. There we go. There we go. I'm going to cut her off and bring it right back. Put the stub of the pipe into that muffler. It took me a little bit of trying to do that because it was being stubborn, but that's okay. This one slides really easily. Like that. And there's that. However we'd like our kick to be. I can give it a twist. I like for the exhaust to look level with the frame, not shooting down or shooting up or any of that business. Even if it was kind of above the frame, that's cool. I like that too. Our muffler's got a little bit of slant up to it. I don't mind that. Driver's side, I went ahead and tacked up. I got one on each side. I'm gonna pop my hanger loose here and then lower that dude out, and if I'm careful enough, I do believe I can finagle it out of here. Everything's welded on both sides. What I want to do here, I had opened that up with my pliers. I want to tap it back with my ball peen hammer and tighten it back up, sew it up. It's got a pretty good a nice angle on it now, kind of straight in, and it goes about, I don't know, about ½ inch into the pipe. So all that's fine. It doesn't matter. Little tack there, little tack there. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 seams, but they're all going into the next pipe. So check that out. I know I didn't show the whole process. I've been busy. I still got a few little things to weld. Let me show you right here. I just use this old Hedman box as a reference. Threw her up here, and I figured something like that. You can see right there. So it hangs out about 1 inch past the lip here, and I think that's pretty uniform. I did both sides like that, dressed up my ends. We might can get some tips later or something, we'll see. But I wanted to weld where my hanger hits here. See, it's rocked up a little bit. I like to put a weld on that too, so it's not just relying on the clamp. But yeah, it's my little, I had to extend them, I think 10 inches on this side. The other side was 7 or whatever. Let's go underneath. Okay, coming from the back forward. Got a mile of room around everything here. See my hand by the shock, by the frame. Oh, that's lovely. I won't throw a weld on this one too on top. But I got a rubber hanger here with an L bracket. The L bracket goes on top of the frame. So if this bolt just sheared off for some reason, it's still on top of the frame. So it can't, basically the bolt is just tying the two together. It's not holding it up. And I did that over here. And oh, that's welded already. This side's a little bit closer, but it's still good. Hopefully you can see that. So I can fit my finger between here, fit my whole hand between the shock. Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, my welds aren't really beautiful, but they are Gorilla welds. Strong, but ugly, but strong. Then my pipe kicks up to there, misses our frame here by at least ½ inch. I don't think that could ever touch. This one, it had a nice kind of radius form around the transfer case, so never any heat there. This is about 1/4 inch, which I'd have liked a little bit more, but I can't bend pipe. I don't have a pipe bender. I bought a kit and welded up here. I need to move that piece of old rubber. Oh, it's a vent line for the transfer case. And I used their gaskets for now, so they may burn out. I'll see how it works on my test drives, but I got exhaust now. So if you got about 6 hours and you want to do this in your driveway and you have a welder, I'd say go for it. You get to, if you have the time, I'm not saying buy the kit if you don't have time to do it and it just sits in your corner. You can take it to a muffler shop and they do it in 2 hours or something on a lift. Also, if you have a lift, life will be much easier for you as well. After all the talking, let's start the truck up already. Come on. I got her rolled outside. Y'all let me know what you think. Moisture. I don't think any of this will blow out if we go for a little road trip, right? Yeehaw. First, second, third. We're still pretty cool. Okay. So it's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days since the last video, or the last scene of this video. Here's the U-Power mufflers. I cut those suckers off. That one's got the little jingle in it. And I was never pleased with the sound of this thing. And if you listen, they're hollow. There's not any fiberglass packing in these at all. We look that way. The little scallops aren't even open. So I guess if they were open, at least then it would kind of have a chamber effect or something. I don't know. But if you want a free-flowing muffler that can make your truck sound a lot more aggressive, then buy these. But this has a little cam in it. It doesn't need this crap. It needs something nice. So, or at least something with packing in it. Here's what I did. There's my beautiful old mufflers that I got from my buddy Andy. And yes, that's the ones that I had on the dyno. But I know I had them on this truck before with the turn downs and they sound really nice. So you'll get to hear it for the first time, just like I am right now. Hopefully I didn't miss any spots welding them because I had to lay under there and weld them, but I feel pretty good about it. That's what it's supposed to sound like. So much better. It's still stone cold up here, so that's a real cold start. have achieved Mopar greatness with our Ramcharger.